sitting in my room thinking, how am I going to film this? I'm writing it out. I'm like, trying to think of ideas, and it's just not, it's not working. Nothing's happening. And then I decided to go down this path, which actually wasn't even the plan. I was just taking a walk, and I noticed there was a footpath. And I was like, cool, let's check it out. And now I discovered this spot, which, first of all, I have privacy in. Second of all, has all these interesting little moments to it that they're giving me more ideas. That's the cool thing, and it's so exciting to witness things coming up, because you just expose yourself, and then things come to you, right? Something like that. I took this walk today because I was feeling super stuck about what I was going to do next. What's this next video going to be? I have an idea, and I changed it, and I just wasn't sure how to visualize it. And it is on this topic of being stuck. And I was stuck about being stuck. And it was such a beautiful little circle of events. If feeling stuck, start moving through space. That could mean take a walk. That could mean a bike ride. That could mean rolling down the hills, I don't know, whatever it is to move you through space, because that immediately adds perspective. Anywhere you are, there is so much to learn from yourself by literally just taking yourself through a space. And I do suggest taking a new route, or looking at a new building, or stepping into a store you maybe never have been in or have been in and feel like maybe I can learn something in here. Just diversifying your inputs, and it really does do wonders to get these additional inputs and start to see the world. Another day, another time, it's another tree or another building or another person you talk to, but that is growth, it is movement, and it is, I think, one of the best ways to get out of this feeling of stuckness, because you literally are unsticking yourself from your chair or your room or wherever you find yourself being stuck. This is such annoying advice, but just doing something, whether that be opening up your notebook to write, maybe you're not even writing, grabbing the pen and just kind of moving it, or opening up your video editing software and just kind of playing around with some weird shots and putting them together, or whatever it is that is just an act of doing. It could be the smallest possible act of doing you can think of, but it's also getting you in motion. Similar concept to just walking or moving. It's getting you in motion towards something, and that could be closer to your goal. It could be a learning experience where you're failing and you're gathering information about what you actually want to do, or you opened up a new set of questions for yourself, and that's so valuable. Just this act of propelling forward and therefore learning in that experience. And it can be very frustrating advice. It's kind of it feels silly to even say, because it feels so obvious, but I know for myself that I continuously have to remind myself that that is my way out of stuckness, more often than not. Third point I wanted to touch on is momentum. The momentum of creating, perhaps on a schedule, making it a habit, giving yourself deadlines, is the kind of system that allows you to keep creating. So creating the habit around doing is creating the momentum, which is allowing that creation process to keep flowing. If you just commit to yourself to say, well, I'm just going to sit down every morning and write, or every evening I'm going to doodle a little bit, or every day I'm just going to open up the software and just kind of like mess around for 5 minutes, you'll inevitably learn. And the habit of doing it means you're putting in, just even logistically, you're putting in time. And that time is going to produce either more skill, more questions, more discovery about yourself, about your craft, about what you want to do. Maybe you learn you don't want to do it. You know, it's gonna mean something for you in the end. One more extra credit thing I wanted to talk about is it could be helpful to create a brand or a vision before you create the actual product. Conceptually, what I mean is that I personally found it very helpful to help prioritize the actual things I'm creating by creating the vision, the brand, the picture, the big picture before or even while I'm creating the products. For example, as I'm thinking about even the microcosm of a video, sometimes I want to think about the brand, the vision of the video itself, and that helps point me towards how I want to create the video. I found that sometimes I have so many ideas that it can be very tough to even narrow them down, and having this vision, having this brand kind of prepared beforehand, it means I'm going to be a lot clearer about what it is that I'm creating. And this is not the only way to go about it, right? You could create the products and then the vision and the brand after that. And people do that, and that's fine. But this I'm mentioning as a way to help get unstuck. Because sometimes stuckness for me isn't that I don't have enough ideas. It sometimes means I have too many ideas. And I'm stuck trying to figure out, well, what's the next one? Or how do I create one? Rather, the details of one. It's not for lack of ideas, but focus sometimes is what's going to help with the stuckness. This is so beautiful.